Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Martinez Center here at the University of Tampa. This evening's game from the University of Puerto Rico, Mayaguez, Spartans, and your University of Tampa Spartans. We now ask that you please rise as we honor America with a prayer of our national anthem. Now let's read the starting lineup for the game of the numbers from the University of Puerto Rico. Starting guard, a 6'2" sophomore, number 0, Starting guard, 6'5" freshman, number 4, Daniel Gonzalez. Starting forward, a 6'4" senior, number 5, Giovanni Barrega. Starting forward, a 6'6" freshman, number 77, Ariel Perez. And starting in center, a 6'9" junior, number 9, Carlos Moreno. The Tarzans is coached by Xavier Puerto. He's assisted by Jerry Hoffman and Alan Rodriguez. Now let's meet the starting lineup for the University of Tampa Spartans. And the record of Rico. Starting at guard. Number 1. Excuse me, folks, I gotta get some light here. Once again, starting guard, 6'1" sophomore from Lakewood, Florida, number 1, Trey Lane. Starting guard, 6'3" sophomore from Rock Island, Illinois, number 11, Marianne Henry. Starting guard, 6'1" senior from West Palm Beach, Florida, number 12, Ryan Williams. Starting guard, 6'3" veteran speaker from Canton, Illinois, number 21, Kate Frobe. And starting forward, 6'7" senior from Chicago, Illinois, number 32, Chris Ladder. The head coach of Spartans, Mike Garner, his assistants are Justin Beck, Dexter Gooding, and Barrett Pepper. This is what we're going to do, the Sunshine State Conference for local sponsorship of student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. These are not suggestions of profanity, racial, sexist, and unduly provocative language, or action directed toward officials, opponents, spectators, or institution or conference administrators will not be tolerated and are months removed from the Martinez Center. Let's play ball.
And welcome to the Bob Martinez Center for some youth Thanksgiving break basketball. I'm Tim Missouri, joined by the Carlo DeVoe, your youth Tampa Spartans.
Gone, the University of Puerto Rico Mayaguez Tarzans. Both teams looking to take the W today. Tampa and Mayaguez have faced each other 7 times in the past. The Spartans are 7-0. They last played in 2016, where the Spartans won in a close fight, 68-67. But today, we'll see whether the Spartans, who are now receiving votes for the top 25 and D2 rankings, can defeat Tarzans.
Yeah, much improved Spartans team this year, Taylor. Much improved. This is your first game that you're viewing, but I'm sure it'll be a very delightful treat to watch.
It certainly should. Tampa's 3-0 to start the year. Last time out, they had their home opener against Claflin, as that is picked up, played around. Lane with some space inside Leto. And it's a layup for Leto to start the scoring for the Spartans, but indeed, Claflin were our home opponents to start the year. Tampa employing the full court press, and the Spartans took a 96-76 win to improve to 3-0. Tampa continues out of conference play with their 2 games this week, following this one on Friday and Saturday.
One of the biggest improvements is their defensive intensity. Great defensive intensity, great communication. And this kid here, Froby, he's all over the place. He's like a mini Manu Ginobili.
They've certainly been getting hot to start the game. A quick fast break from the Spartans. Sees Froby with the layup to make it 4-2. But you can definitely tell the Spartans starting with a little more intensity and a little more speed, as there's an open look for Saavedra, off target. Leto on the board. Leto leads the way for the Spartans with 11 rebounds per game, and now a 3-pointer off the mark. That was the first shot by Nimmers today. He's the leading scorer in their home win last time out. The Iowa transfer had 20 points in the win against Claflin. As Leto gets the board, and that'll be a timeout immediately from Puerto Rico Mayaguez. We're struggling so far on defense, but 90 seconds into the game, only a 6-2 scoreline. Plenty of time for both teams to get back on track here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
As we resume, let's give you the starting lineups for each team. On the floor for the Spartans, we've got Trey Lane, the number 1. He's leading the way for assists this year for Tampa. We've also got the number 11, the sophomore transfer from Iowa, Amarian Nimmers. He's had a good start to his Spartans career. Coming from D1 play, he's adapted to Spartans basketball quite well. He is one of the leading scorers alongside the number 12, Brian Williams, who's also on the floor. Looks like Williams is starting as the small forward. We've also got Caden Froby and Tyson Leto as the starters.
Yeah, it's almost like, you know, like a 4-out, 1 and 4 guards in one interior. I mean, it's like small ball, almost like Golden State. You know, a high intensity on both ends. Actually, they keep pressure on you defensively and offensively.
Before they force the turnover, out to Amarian, looking for some room. Up top, Lane, out wide to Froby, cuts to the basket. Out to Amarian, over to Williams. Good ball movement from the Spartans. And Williams inside, offline. Rebound picked up by Perez.
Yes, Froby can shoot that perimeter 3, but he prefers to slash and drive. He's very aggressive.
And now on the break, Benjo Gonzalez is on the board. And Mayaguez are within 2. But indeed, you look at the Spartans, you really see them moving the ball well, and they've been mainly looking to the inside to start the game. But again, kind of interesting, sort of playing that small ball style, not afraid to get to the basket. As now the rebound is picked up by Gonzalez, bring it down the floor. But you were talking about pressure, DeCarlo, and you see the Spartans not giving them a lot of room to work. But from the corner, 3-pointers offline. Leto bring it down the floor, passing it out to Nimmers.
I mean, the way this offense is designed, before they even set up into it, get in their set, they're trying to attack and exploit the defense before the defense is able to get back. You want early and quick points. It makes the game easy. The more easy quick points you get to accumulate, you're able to put the opponent in deficit.
And that'll certainly be the goal. The Spartans have gotten a lot of tip passes, a lot of broken up plays, and even a couple steals so far. That time around, Williams almost came up with a steal. He'll take a quick breather.
Right, it almost seems as if there's 6 players on the court. They cover a lot of ground.
Mayaguez has done a good job of keeping the Spartans quiet for the last minute or so. Tampa's 0 for 4, but the defense just relentless pressure. Leto almost with the steal, but he just lost the ball. And now looking to the basket, it's Borrega. Hits the mid-range, we're tied at 6. But the Spartans bring it down the floor, not wasting any time. Froby, back to Amarian, up top to Leto. For 3, offline from distance, Leto can't get the board. Borrega gets the rebound, and there's the height advantage for Tarzanis, as that'll be a turnover. The pass a little too far in front of Gonzalez.
Now UT has height. They're just choosing to go small. This is a lineup that was successful in the previous home game, so just sticking with it.
Yeah, if it isn't broke, you don't want to fix it.
Right.
But if Tampa does want height, they could go to Gingileski off the bench, the lone 7-foot player on the Spartans roster. Lane from the middle, offline. Tampa hasn't hit a three-pointer yet, but an excellent rebound by Froby.
Right, and
As
into the
Tampa,
game
once again, just putting some pressure on the inbound. A full-court press, although they are giving them a little bit of room once they make the first pass.
Yeah, into the game, Tyler. Sorry to cut you off. Taylor, sorry.
No worries.
He's a fabulous freshman, Ryan Blount. All-state performer.
Tarzanis out to the corner for 3. Got it. Big shot by Saavedra. The sophomore on the board to give Tarzanis a 1-point lead. And now out to the corner to tie. Froby's got it.
Yep.
Tampa's 3-point drought comes to an end, 11-9.
Yeah, like I said, he can shoot the 3, but he prefers to slash. He keeps a lot of pressure on the defense, the grad transfer.
And there's a steal by Lane. Can't come up with it at the end. And now another 3. Saavedra won't go. Big rebound that time by Blunt. He and DeAndre Harvey have checked into the game. Now Blunt for 3.
Yep.
Got it.
Doesn't miss a beat.
The floodgates have opened from beyond the arc for the Spartans.
That's 2 in a row.
Yes, they now got a 5-point lead, their largest of the game. And Tarzanis will slow things down. It feels like the first time all day they've been able to slow things down now, given how much Tampa has been able to put pressure on them. Good movement, good screens, cut to the basket. Floater missed, Harvey with the board. 3-on-3 break. Froby gets it in the paint. Holds on to it, out to Harvey. Out to Lane. Offline, but picked up by Leto. Puts it back up, no foul. There it is, late call. But great perseverance in the paint by Leto to get the foul, as we'll also get a timeout right here with 14:30 to go. Leto was losing a couple of battles for rebounds, but does come up with a big one right there. And also just missed the putback, but did get fouled on the play. That's his 3rd board of the game, 9th for the Spartans, and we'll be right back. 14-9, Spartans lead early in the first half. And we're back on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Taylor Storworthy, the Carla DeVoe, bringing you the action live from the Bob Martinez Center. It's Tyson Leto at the free throw line. Leto has been a key player for the Spartans, and in the small ball lineup, he's had the pressure as the team center, but always a strong force on the interior. 3 rebounds early on.
Right, perfect from the field so far, and perfect from the line with 1 more free throw to go.
So after the foul in the previous play, he gets the first of his free throws down. He improves his points tally to 5. Checking into the game for the Spartans is Schaefer and Lamb. 2 for 2. Leto makes it 16-9. Tampa making an 8-0 run over the last minute after they were stuck in a scoring drought. And we're once again going to see their full court press in action. They put a lot of pressure on Tarzanis, not giving them a lot of opportunities to really slow the game down. And while they're sometimes left open in the paint like they are right here, great defense is going to force the turnover. Up top, looking for a three. Gingileski forces the bad shot, but he is called on the foul. Tough for Gingileski. He was keeping his arms up, trying to avoid contact, but a good shooting attempt at that time. I believe it was the number 10 of Jose Torres. In their matchup against Albany, Torres had 10 points, went 2 for 3 from beyond the arc. Maldonado, the number 1, was the leading scorer for Tarzanis, with 16 in the game.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, Tyson Lato, his dad, Dave Lato, was a great basketball coach for DePaul and Virginia. He actually won ACC Coach of the Year in 2007. So big up to Coach Lato, and thank you for being in attendance to come and watch your beloved son.
I know I'll certainly be happy to see Tyson having a strong start to the game as the Spartans bring it back. Tarzanis got both free throws made. They make it 16-11. Out to Harvey, pump fake, cuts to the basket. And Gingileski boxing out his defender with a reverse direction, gave his teammate the screen. And while the shot was missed, one gets the board and the putback to make it 18-11.
Yeah, that's the thing with Blunt. I mean, we see his great three-point percentage, but he crashes the offensive glass. He hustles. He's not just a shooter. He's an energy player.
Now to the basket. Good pass out of the shot. Not a lot of room inside. Spartan's going to get a big turnover. Lamb with the ball. Lamb out to Harvey. Kicks it back up to Kyler Lamb for three. Got it. That might have been a deep mid-range shot. It was 2, the referee signals. But either way, it's 2 more points for the Spartans. They'll knock the ball out of bounds, but it stays with Tarzanis. That pressure really getting the best of Puerto Rico Mayaguez so far.
I'll tell you this, Lamb is playing like a baby bull out there, you know.
I would not want to be one of the Tarzan players on the floor right now because the pressure from the Spartans has been intense. They really haven't done anything wrong on defense. They've had one error, and that was a shooting foul that Gingileski had, and arguably wasn't really a foul from Gingileski. He was in a good defensive position. The attacker went into him. But now they'll still try to escape their backcourt. Tampa once again knocked the ball out of play. On the inbound, it'll be Angel Gonzalez. Harvey on the number 3. And Tarzanis finally bring it over.
See, the thing with this type of pressure, it's like you never get to rest. You never get to set. You always have someone there, and that's one of the key things with defense. It's not the fact that you steal the ball or block a shot. It's the fact that you're always there and your opponent has to work extra hard to get a shot off.
For 3, Harvey's got it. 23-13 Spartans. And yeah, I mean, that's probably a reason why Mayaguez has struggled a little so far as Harvey commits the foul. That'll bring the ball a bit forward. Even though they've been able to find open players on double teams, they've done a good job of avoiding too many turnovers early on. But the Spartans have already gotten in the way with a couple of blocks and a steal so far. The 2 blocks have come from Lamb and Harvey. And both those players now ready in the backcourt to try to put pressure on the ball again. Schaefer guarding Barrios. Big screen by the 9 to open some room. The ball is knocked away, but to the corner. Off target, Gingileski with the board. And now a 2-on-2 break for Tampa. Lamb to the paint.
That may be a charge.
And that'll be a charge.
Wow. They call a block.
Oh, blocking foul. I think Torres didn't get sent in time, but otherwise that would have been a good draw charge on the play. Might have needed an extra second in position to get the call.
I'll take it though. I mean, maybe he moved a little, he shifted.
Obviously, referees on the floor have a slightly better view than us.
Right.
We're watching from behind. And even though we are down on the floor with a good view, a lot of other Spartan sports are watching from a distance or at awkward angles. But here we're down right on the floor as we see Lamb miss the first free throw.
Yeah, he's a little strong and wide left. Got to soften it up. There it is.
Lamb misses the second, and it's picked up by Maldonado, the leading scorer from their previous game against Albany. out of bounds, forced out by the 15. I bet that'll be the third foul on the Spartans for the half. And a few changes being made for the lineup. Out of the game is Blunt and Harvey. A few new players onto the floor, including the return of Brian Williams and Marion, the number 11. Schaefer on the ball. Barrios passes out over to Barea. Barea passing it over to the 10, who's double teamed. Will find his teammate on the pass.
Yeah, I would like to see somebody shoot that gap on that pass, because you knew that's where the ball was going. I'm sure they'll cover that at the half. And it looked like a pretty good contested shot. I thought it was a blocked shot by Schaefer, but I guess the ref thought otherwise.
Yeah, it looks like there might have been, I think from my angle, saw a little bit of contact on the arm, and that's what I think the ref said. Shooting foul, he'll take 3 shots at the line. And I can't tell whether it'll be a Spartans, Tarzans, or TV timeout, but either way, there is a timeout. And we'll return with 3 free throws at the line. I believe it'll be Torres to take on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network, 23-13 Spartans. Exactly 12 minutes to go with the half. A 23-13 Spartans lead. They have been doing well so far. They're 6 of their last 8 shots and 3 of their last 3 from the field. They're currently hitting 47% in the game in terms of their field goal percentage. And from the arc, they started slow, but now are 3 for 10, 30% on the game. However, they won't be the ones shooting these next shots. The Tarzanis leading scorer against Albany, Maldonado, will be at the free throw line after getting fouled on a 3-point attempt.
And before I say anything else about basketball, Taylor, I'd like to say hello to Jack in Cancun. Jack Ike, we miss you. Have fun with your family. I hope you see more crocodiles, just not at
that
your
close.
dinner table.
Yeah, he had sent a photo of a crocodile that was right by his table during a meal with the family.
Too close for me.
Yeah.
All that thing is to me is it's a dinosaur.
Certainly is. And there's a steal, but it's going to be picked up by Williams as it was tried to be kept in play. Gingileski fouled. He'll get 2 shots at the line.
Oh, he was winding up for a big finish.
Yeah, he was looking either for a
I was hoping Brian just threw the lob.
Yeah, either like something hard off the rim or trying to slam it home. Either way, draws the contact and will get 2 free throws. Heads up play by Williams after the pass from Torres on the steal was trying to keep it in play. He takes it, runs down the floor. Instead of kicking it to the corner, brings it inside to the 7-footer, and they get 2 free throws. But the first one was missed. We'll see if Gingileski can make the second.
Yeah, B. Will caught that ball like he was a slot receiver for the Buccaneers.
And Gingileski will be 1 for 2 from the stripe. It's now 24-16 Spartans, as Tarzanis will slow things down to bring it up. But still, Williams with on-ball pressure, trying to knock it free.
Yeah, Williams he loves being in that passing lane, and right on cue. There he is with the tip ball.
Yep, got in the way of the pass. It does go out off of his touch. It'll stay with Puerto Rico Mayaguez, who've got 16 seconds to find a basket on the inbound.
Yeah, and staying with that same 4 out, 1 in lineup. Great aggression on the wing.
Yeah, they may be small in height, not in energy. Big foul on the play. Lane trying to make the block, collides with Torres. Both fall over. Both are back up. There'll be 3 shots at the line for the 6-foot guard.
Yeah, but that's a coach's no-no. You don't foul a jump shooter. And I'm sure Lane was, he's being aggressive, closing out, trying to do something good, make a big defensive play. But you don't want to give a guy, you want to contest hard, but you don't want to give him the free throws.
Yeah, unfortunate foul there for Lane, but he's also had a great start to his Spartans career, a St. Leo transfer. He leads the team with 6 assists per game. So far today, he's recorded 4, although he's 0 for 5 from the field, including 0 for 4 from beyond the arc. We'll see if he can get back on track with his three-point shooting. He'll also take a quick breather as Isaiah Young, the senior from Chicago, enters the game.
Yeah, we definitely got the Midwest thing going on. You got Tyson Lato from Chicago, Isaiah Young. You got, of course, Amarian Nimmers and Caden Froby. And also, yeah, I mentioned Tyson already.
Yeah, a few players from Illinois, 2 of them from Chicago. There's one of them making the 3, Amarian Nimmers.
Right on cue, I just mentioned his name.
And he gets the steal, cuts to the paint, 5 points in the span of 5 seconds. The Iowa transfer heating up. He had 20 in the home opener, and he's on the board with what will be his 5th of the game on his 3rd shot.
Yeah, Taylor, I already gave Nimmers the nickname Honey Badger, man. He reminds me of Tyrann Mathieu. Remember him, the great cornerback from LSU, played in the NFL many years. I think he's still in the NFL.
Pretty sure he
is. Not
is.
Mistaken.
I'll have to
but
double
that same
check.
type of controlled aggression and keeping the pressure on.
Certainly, and that's sort of a trait a lot of these Spartans have. There was a kicked ball violation. Good thing. It actually gives the Tarzans a chance to repeat the play after they made the 3-pointer, but yeah, I mean, Amarian and the rest of the Spartans putting so much pressure, and he was right in the right spot on that previous play after his 3-pointer to get the interception. And now out to the corner, trying for the 3. Good on-ball pressure from the 2. Not Gingileski. Froby couldn't make the steal, and the Tarzans getting the layup. Williams bring it down the floor, and that time another kicked ball violation after the ball was poked from behind.
Yeah, the Tarzans, they're trying to increase the pressure on Tampa like Tampa has done with them.
Noticing from Coach Darner a lot of quick substitutions, and that's to keep that energy on where the players are going to be playing at 100% for shorter stints on the floor.
Like for me, to play for Coach Darner, you just got to be in shape, committed, and have no fear. Just do as asked. I mean, don't be afraid to shoot the ball. Make yourself prepared to be able to take that and make that shot. That's it.
Lato going to pick up the steal. Back to Lane, back to Nimmers.
How great is that to see your star center diving for loose balls and getting steals?
You love to see it. He gets the board. We'll almost put it up on 3 men. Williams gets stripped, but it'll stay with the Spartans. It was last touched by Jose Candelario, who did make a good play on the ball to try to knock it loose.
That looked more like a sack than a strip. I thought he would be shooting too.
Potentially. Now back out to Lane. Fakes the 3. Back to Williams. Mid-range shot. Got it.
Automatic.
Great look from Williams. Tampa now at 31 points with 10 minutes to go in the half. But the Spartans once again going to put a lot of on-ball pressure on to Tarzanis. But now they've got a 2-on-1 play. Poked free by Williams. Now Lane, a 3-on-2. Lane back to Williams. Got it from beyond the arc. Tampa on a run, 7 of their last 8 field goals made, and Williams gonna poke it loose, out of bounds. It'll stay with Mayaguez, but Tampa not giving them any room to breathe, knocking the ball away on passes when they have it. They've already forced a few turnovers, 4 of them so far from Tarzanis.
Playing against the Spartans defense is almost like being on the beach with a swarm of mosquitoes around you. You don't get a chance to relax. You're always swatting and trying to keep them off you.
It certainly is, and I think for Coach Darner, running the small lineup also gives a big benefit to that because, you know, the guard players on the floor, they're going to have even more explosiveness and agility to keep up with you.
Right.
So even if you have 2 inches on a player, say you're like a 6'5" small forward, you still have to deal with Williams being right next to you and not able to open up any space by running. You're going to need to set screens to get any open space for a 3, but a second later, they'll be right back up next to you, ready to poke the ball free.
Yeah, but you know the funny thing, a lot of these 6 foot to 6'3" guards, they play bigger than their height, and then they have great heart. You can never measure. I mean, you have to measure a man by his heart. Always makes him bigger than his stature.
And I mean, indeed, you look and see Froby loves to cut to the paint. The
Froby's
Spartans
a
team,
mini Manu Ginobili to me.
yeah, I mean,
left-handed, keeps pressure on the defense. He doesn't waste opportunity and effort. He doesn't waste energy.
yeah, he is always willing to bring it inside as that's going to go out of bounds. Last touched by Froby, no foul on the play, but they are not scared to bring it to the paint, and that is the quality you love to see. Once again, more on-ball pressure, stolen. Williams picks it up and gets the layup. Good job by Froby to keep the ball in bounds after it was knocked loose. I think he might get the assist on that play after Williams is back on the board. Williams now has 7 in the game. Leto on the board after the miss. 4 Spartan players already down, but Lane keeps it himself, just missing the layup. Rebound picked up by Borrega.
Yeah, Leto has his 6th rebound, working on a double-double.
Offline on the shot. Good pump fake by Torres. Open space. Put his three-pointer offline. Marion, pass over to Leto. Almost lost it. Picked it back up. And he's one step closer to the double-double.
Nice
8
heads-up
points on the
play.
game.
Nice heads-up play. Great hands by Leto to hold on to that after it was hit.
Yeah, certainly, because it was an awkward position to receive the ball. Very easy to have it sort of knocked away out of bounds. But he keeps it right next to him, and with his defender moving too far forward, he gets a wide open layup and 2 points as a result of the play. With plenty of time going left in the half, Tampa's already at 38 points. No sign of slowing down on offense
at all.
Meanwhile, Tarzanis have been in a scoring drought for the last 2 minutes, 30 seconds, and it's another steal by Harvey. Bring it to the paint. That is just offline, put back, won't go. Leto against a swarm of Tarzanis players, holds onto the board. His pass goes out of bounds, and it'll go back to University of Puerto Rico.
Right, now before the loose ball lost by the Spartans, that rebound was kept alive by Froby, which allowed Tyson Leto to corral the offensive board. So great hustle. He does things that aren't going to show up on stat sheets just like that.
So now Blum with the ball after the steal by Froby. No foul called as the mid-range shot won't go. Froby into the paint to get the board. He'll put it back up himself. Leto gets the rebound and bucket. 10 points now for Leto, but the energy from Froby, you can feel it. I mean, he's playing like he's 6'6". He's only 6'3", coming up with a huge offensive rebound. And while this putback didn't go, they opened the door for Leto, and the Spartans now are at 40 with an 18-point lead. A 6-0 run over the last minute. It'll come to an end on the mid-range shot. Borrega back on the board, or Baerga on the board. Lane gets his defender to fall over. Leto for 3, offline. It was a good idea.
Yeah,
wide open, may as well take it.
Just a bit short. It was online, just short.
So that'll be a media timeout now. 7:27 to go in the half. Tampa stays strong with a 16-point lead. It's 40-24 at the Bob Martinez Center. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. And you know, DeCarlo, you're saying Tyson Leto on a double-double watch. He leads the team with 10 points, leads the team with 9 rebounds. One more rebound, and he's already there.
Right.
A big first half from the 32. And the Spartans, who already have 40 points on the board. They have scored 100 once this year. That was their win against Benedict, 100-79. And in the home opener, they had 96 against Claflin on a 20-point victory. They lead by 16 as they'll bring it up the floor.
Yeah, double-double in the first half in any league is huge.
For 3, Harvey offline. And he
Nice
did get
set
fouled
play.
on the play.
What was the call?
Yeah, that's actually what I'm confused about too. No, I think it was a foul on the Spartans.
I think he called it on DeAndre Harvey.
So I think a flagrant foul there, and it gave the number 10, Torres, a free throw. So hard to tell what that was, but either way, Tarzanis gets an extra point, and they now trail by 15. Tarzanis bringing it back up the floor now. 7:14 to go in the half. They'll slow things down as it's sent to Torres. Screen, Mayaguez gets open, cuts to the paint. Excellent layup by Mayaguez. And that'll be a Tampa timeout with a few points back-to-back from Puerto Rico Mayaguez. Coach Darner not liking what he saw from the break with what was a foul on the play by Harvey previously.
Yeah, Coach Darner is definitely intense. I mean, noting the fact that he went to Purdue and played for Coach Gene Cady. I mean, I don't know if you remember Coach Cady from Purdue, but him and Bob Knight used to go at it. And, you know, rest in peace, Bob Knight. But Gene Cady and Bob Knight were two arch rivals of Indiana basketball. Big Ten basketball at that.
Exactly.
And Coach Darner's in the mold of his Hall of Fame coach. I mean, you know, he doesn't let anything slip.
Yeah, and that's a very good quality to have, to just be ready to correct any mistake. And even though Tampa have a 13-point lead, a couple mistakes back-to-back, and Tarzanis are back in this game, so.
Right, you don't want to get complacent.
Exactly. Still early on, still plenty of basketball to be played. Even in the half, still 7 minutes. It is Froby now. And he'll get the three-pointer to go, 43-27. That's the possession the Spartans were looking for out of the timeout. Tampa once again putting pressure on ball as it's going to be sent out to the corner. The change for the Spartans lineup sees Harvey and Blunt onto the floor. Almost a steal by Froby, just a step behind the number 10. Offline, good contest by Froby. Blunt gets the rebound. And Tampa's going to bring it back up. They've got a 5-on-4 for a few seconds. Harvey, way downtown, he's got it. Another three-pointer goes for the Spartans. They're now 7 for 16 from beyond the arc. 46-27 Tampa.
And Froby and Lato leading the Tampa attack with 10 apiece. Nice block by Lato.
Big stop
Nice
on
block.
defense. There was a missed jump on the play by Trey Lane, but it slowed down the attacker just long enough for Lato to make the stop and actually force a turnover. The Spartans get the ball back. Now onto the floor will be Kyler Lamb. Lato will take a few minutes breather, but a great stop from Lato, who's been on fire to start the game.
And one observation of the Spartans' play this season, despite the high intensity, very little turnovers. Great ball security, great adjustments by the coaching staff to instill the importance of retaining the possession of the ball, not giving it away.
Unfortunately, as you mentioned it, Tampa does commit a turnover, but Puerto Rico Mayaguez can't capitalize as they'll get the ball right back. For the Spartans, I believe it's only their 5th turnover of the half. Actually, no, their 4th turnover, as the ball's going to go out of bounds and go the other way after the missed shot.
Yeah, nice setup by Trey Lane on the UTEP two-step. The famous move of Tim Hardaway.
Tampa's done a great job passing so far. And you know, the way you start to avoid turnovers is with good ball distribution. Tampa doing a good job of finding open teammates. And even when they're dealing with a lot of pressure inside the paint, they're able to kick it out. The Tarzanis team so far employing, I believe, a 2-3 zone for the most part. Usually with a big man sitting down in the middle of the floor. That's the big man right there. A layup by Carlos Barea. They had a mismatch in the paint and capitalized, make it 46-29. Ends a Spartans run. 26-29 on the scoreboard, 5 minutes to go. Tampa's holding Tarzanis 17% from the field. They're 9 for 23. Oh, sorry, 39% from the field, but 17 from 3 for 1 for 6.
Right.
Now for 3, the number 5, won't go. Big rebound by the number 1 of Lane. Blocking foul as it was passed to Blunt. Defender couldn't set up the charge in time. And there will be 2 free throws at the line for Blunt. As the Spartans look to extend their lead, Blunt has 5 points and 3 boards so far.
Yeah, Blunt is like a silent assassin. He doesn't show much emotion. He's stoic. I mean, he shows it. He's just high intensity. Not a rah-rah guy, but he just goes out, puts on his hard hat, his work boots, and plays.
It's now Blunt on the ball, passes it out to Lane. Offline, Blunt crashing the boards, gets the board, puts it back up, almost gets the and one as it rolls just away.
And there's the hard hat. Lane shot a shot. It was about halfway down and came out, but who's Johnny on the spot? Ryan Blunt.
Yeah, I mean, right when he shot it, Blunt was crashing the boards, no hesitation, getting to the paint. Spartans' lead is at 17. Blunt makes it 18 with his second free throw made in the game. Onto the floor is B.J. Schaefer, the freshman from Union City, is back on for Trey Lane for the moment.
Right, and Blunt, keep in mind, he's a 47% three-point shooter. You would say, what is a guy like him doing crashing? He should be hanging out around the three-point line, but no, he's in there.
That's a quality held by a lot of the Spartan players. As now the ball is put to the inside. Good mid-range look from Saavedra. And the run comes to a close for the Spartans at the moment. As now they set up something new. Harvey had just enough room for the shot. 51-31.
He's feeling it. He's 3 for 3 from three-point range.
Almost stolen on the play by the number 5 of Higdon.
Sorry, 3 of 5 from three-point range for DeAndre Harvey.
Out to the corner, played up top. Tampa not giving them room, but fouled on the shot. Saavedra goes to the line, but had to deal with 2 Spartans colliding with him on the shot. And he'll get 2 chances to try to eat into the Spartans' deficit. The Tarzans have gotten a majority of their points at the stripe. They're 10 for 11 free throws so far, compared to just 10 for 25 from the field. That will correspond to another timeout. 51-31, Tampa leads. We'll be right back.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
So the Spartans looking to continue their strong start. They lead by 20. Welcome back to the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Taylor Storley and DeCarlo DeVoe today on the call. Jack Ike is in Cancun, enjoying a hard-earned vacation after covering the start of the Spartans basketball season. This is the first game of a Thanksgiving week of action across UTampa basketball athletics. Tomorrow we've got women's basketball from the Bob Martinez Center. That game will be at 5 p.m. We hope to see you then. Tampa men's basketball returns on Friday and Saturday. They rematch the Tarzans on Friday before facing off against Minnesota Crookston on Saturday. The 11th free throw made on the day for University of Puerto Rico, Mayaguez, to make it 51-32. Saavedra's second shot will go. Saavedra now has 9 points in the game as Tampa quickly back up the floor.
Yeah, nice lefty stroke by Saavedra. a stroke that Jack could appreciate, being a lefty himself.
And there's the left-handed finish by Schaefer cutting to the paint. Nice layup that time.
That wasn't an easy shot. He made it look easy, though. That's a skill shot.
Schaefer loses control of his man, gets a good contest to force the missed layup. Tampa on the rebound. And it's going to be the 11 of Nimmers bringing it down the floor for three. Schaefer offline, almost put back up on the tip by Higdon. And it's going to be Tarzanis bringing it back. Out to the corner, play to the paint, spin move, brings it inside, big foul by Higdon. Berea will get 2 chances at the line after the play.
Yeah, he fell pretty hard. It sounded like a drum beat when he hit the floor.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. You know, it's just sort of a battle of two wills. No one's going to back out of that challenge, and in the end, Berea gets knocked over. Good news is he's right back up and ready for the shots.
I mean, it's the perks of playing this game, and sometimes it happens. I mean, it wasn't anything malicious or intentional.
Obviously not.
2 players going hard, one going hard offensively, one going hard defensively.
And Tampa and the Mayaguez side, they're definitely not rivals. They haven't played in 9 seasons. And we're very glad that Mayaguez have been able to make the trip from Puerto Rico to come to the Bob Martinez Center to join us for not just 1, but 2 games back-to-back.
Right.
The only time the Tarzans have been here 2 times in a season was way back in 2000 when we had a match against them in November and in January.
Wow.
We'll be facing off against them on Friday as well, as they continue their season as we continue ours.
As they say, double the pleasure.
So both free throws made. It's 53-35. The Spartans immediately down to the corner and just missed. Rebound picked up by the 6. Good job by Kyler Lamb to keep it in play. Williams to the paint. Just misses, but he draws the foul, and he'll get 2 shots at the line.
Yeah, B. Will to the line. Nice dive to the basket.
Good start for Williams. 7 points, a board, and an assist. Tampa have been spreading the minutes around, giving a lot of people playing time. Williams has only had 7 minutes so far, but to get 7 points in that span isn't too bad.
Right. Now keep in mind, B. Will is a junior, and I played with his dad, Brian Williams Sr. Outstanding player. At one point, he held the record for consecutive threes made in the game. I don't know if that record may still stand today, you know, but
it might.
I think it was 70, 73 games straight. Ooh. Something ridiculous.
So it probably is still standing if it was able to exist for that long. And they're on the board with the 3-point line. Marion Nimmers, the number 11.
The Honey Badger with the 3 from the right corner.
Wonder if he'll start a streak of his own. He's 2 for 3 from beyond the arc today. 57-35. Actually, should clarify, that was a mid-range shot, not a 3-pointer. So he's still 1 for 2 from beyond the arc.
It looked like it had that range.
Yeah, certainly did.
That's a charge.
Yes, good drawn charge there by Williams. And again, it's been the combo of the 11 and 12 leading the way for the Spartans. Williams 11 and Marion 14 points per game so far. And those numbers might continue to increase as the season progresses. And these two eventually get even more starter minutes in Sunshine State Conference play.
They need to fix the net.
They certainly do. Maybe a 3-point shot or a mid-range look will help do that for the Spartans. Kicked out to the corner. That's going to be knocked out of bounds. We'll stay with Tampa. And a good pickup by our very own DeCarlo DeVoe. 1:53 to go in the half.
I got a nose for the ball, Taylor.
It'll be Williams on the inbound play. Tampa with their starting 5 with the exception of Schaefer in the game for Lane. Lane's been cold from the field so far. I think that's why he's getting a little breather at the end of the half. Apart from missing a few shots, Lane's had a good start. That one's blocked. Schaefer puts it back up. Oh, that went in and out. Good hustle, but Froby can't save it. It'll stay with Tarzanis, and they'll bring it back down the floor.
Yeah, right now Trey Lane is 0 for 7 from the field, 0 for 5 from 3-point range, but he does have 4 rebounds and 6 assists. So even though he doesn't have a field goal himself, he still accounted for 12 Spartan points.
Yeah, and that's 12 at least. He might have found someone open for a 3-pointer.
Right.
So he is so very much a big help on offense. That's going to be brought to the paint, no foul, and that's going to stay with Mayaguez, it looks like, as it went out off of Spartan. But Tampa looking strong as we continue the first half, about to conclude the first half. Inbound out to the corner, not enough room for Gonzalez to take the shot. Froby almost gets it loose from the 77. Tipped pass, picked up by the 9. And Williams is going to get the foul call, but it sounded like he got all ball on the play. You could hear the clap of his hand on the basketball.
Maybe I think the referee thought it was on.
Anyway, 2 shots from the line, the double bonus for University of Puerto Rico Mayaguez. Tampa's had 10 first half fouls, but that comes with the aggression of forcing turnovers, and they've already forced 8 so far from Tarzanis. First free throw made. Correa will be taking 2 free throws from the line. I will say, though, for the Spartans, conceding this many free throw attempts could be a weakness later on in the season. That being said, Puerto Rico have been extremely efficient. They're 16 for 17 from the charity stripe. Almost automatic whenever they get free throws.
Oh, nice.
What a move by Williams.
Nice.
Tampa almost at 60 points off the layup. Williams now in double digits for the game with 11. Tarzanis from deep. Offline, rebound by Froby. And Tampa keeping their pace of play as they bring it down floor. Froby out to Nimmers. Passes it over to Froby. Out to the corner, mid-range, won't go. Out of reach of Leto, over the back on the 77, and Leto gets a chance at the line for a 1-and-1.
And that was just made by just simple hard work, just outworking your opponent. It always leads to good things.
So great hustle by Leto. Unfortunate for Dario Perez, the 6'6 forward. He'll exit the game after the foul. Candelario will be in the game, I assume, for the final 33 seconds. I doubt they'd make an extra change so close to the end of the half. 1-and-1 now for Leto, who's already got the double-double now. 10 points, 10 boards. His first half continues as he'll get the second free throw now. He's 1 for 1 right now from the stripe, 3 for 3 in the game. He's tied for the team lead in points with Williams at 11. And he'll take the Spartan lead outright with 12. So another substitution being made. Lane onto the floor for the final 30 seconds. He replaces Schaefer. And now it's the Spartans starting 5 back in the game. Leto almost knocks the ball free. Passed out to the number 1. Kicked up to the top of the key.
He traveled.
No travel call, though, even if he took that extra step. And a big steal. Amarian Nimmers down the floor. Easy lay to make it 63-37. That is another steal for the Spartans. Second of the game. Make it 3 now for Amarian. And the pass to Williams. 65-37. That will put an end to the first half. Mayaguez just before the buzzer, but it won't go. But 2 quick turnovers from the Spartans makes it not only a 20-point lead, but a 28-point lead after 1 half of play. 65 first half points for the Spartans. Last time they faced the Tarzans, they scored 68 in the full 40 minutes.
Wow, this is great to watch, Taylor. I mean, I hope we get 3 digits as the final score for the Spartans. I don't care what it is, but they're definitely on pace to do so.
And I'll say this, if Coach Darner doesn't want the Spartans to slow down, I think it's a certainty that we'll hit triple digits for the second time this season.
Right.
So, we'll be back with more action on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. 65-37, Tampa with a dominant first half. And Mayaguez make a rebound when we come back in 15 minutes time. back at the Bob Martinez Center. Taylor Sorley alongside DeCarlo DeVoe. Second half of action about to get underway in about 90 seconds time. The Spartans have been on fire. They're leading 65-37. And you know, DeCarlo, I think the big story of this game is we've really been able to see just how strong that Spartan defensive pressure has been. They have made it tough for Puerto Rico Mayaguez to do anything on offense. As a team, they've been held to 10 for 28 from the field. And while they've gotten a few points from the charity stripe, 16-17 from free throws, they've also had 11 turnovers. Tampa has come up with 9 steals and 4 blocks in the game as well. A masterclass on defense from the Spartans.
Right, that's huge, because it's almost like you got 6 or 7 Tampa players on the court. You know, hands up, passing lanes, challenge. Nothing is easy for the Tarzans of University of Puerto Rico Mayaguez. So this is a testament. I think every team plays as a reflection of their head coach and coaching staff. And this is what we didn't see as much of this last season. Now that season is gone. In comes this season, and we're seeing what Tampa is really going to be about. I mean, I don't want to put the cart before the horse, but whatever the season's expectations are, as far as the preseason selections, I think that they may exceed those expectations.
Yeah, I mean, obviously for Coach Darner, a shaky first season with the Spartans, but again, entering a new program, always a little bit of time to get settled, and this team already looking even stronger with a 3-0 start. Mentioned at the top of the program that we're actually nationally ranked as a receiving vote team for the top 25, and if we continue this strong start to the season, could even try to make our way into the top 25 rankings. But of course, Sunshine State Conference has a ton of strong teams, and once we hit conference play, that's when the real challenges will begin.
Right, understood. But if you tell me that Trey Lane will be 0 for 7 from the field, and the Spartans will still be up 28 points, I'll take it.
Certainly
will.
No
disrespect to Trey Lane, but he has 6 assists and 4 rebounds. So he's still playing good basketball. His shots just aren't falling.
Lane even has a steal as well, as the first points won't go to the Tarzanis yet. But indeed, Lane cold from the field, but he's doing a great job at everything else on the court. There's a nice pass to Leto. Leto's dad is in attendance as Froby's fouled, and he'll head to the line for 2 free throws.
And nice drop-off pass by Tyson Leto on the cut by Froby. That's just basketball instinct and unselfish play. Not maybe a play by design, but Froby is so active. He was actually cutting to crash the offensive boards, and then it's like, look what's in my hands.
Exactly, and this team has been very tenacious and very aggressive in crashing the boards. Not afraid to get to the paint to get the ball, and while they're not always coming down with the rebounds, they have been out-rebounding the Tarzanis 28-11 in the game. And that is definitely a recipe for success. Leto gets another board. Out to Froby, cuts to the paint. Blocked, but fouled by the number 9. There have been a lot of fouls called today. It'll be 2 shots for the 21.
Right, he just missed his previous 2 attempts. Now he's back at the line. Let's hope he makes the next 2 attempts.
One thing the Spartans could improve on is their 64% free throw percentage at the moment. Being able to capitalize more often from the charity stripe will lead to more free points. And for a team that's as aggressive as the Spartans, of players that aren't afraid to cut to the basket, that's going to be very useful if you can force them to give you contact and then convert more often than not 2 out of 2 times. Froby does just that.
There we go.
Makes both free throws, and it's now 67-37. Tampa with their first 30-point lead of the match. But now Tampa putting more pressure on the ball. Travel as they double up the number 4. Picture perfect on the full court press. Here comes the inbound play for the Spartans. Lane looking to get open off the screen. You can see Tarzan's running a zone.
They're in the zone, yep.
Travel in the paint, yes. Williams took the extra step, and that'll be a turnover, but I believe they started They've used it mainly throughout the first half, but also some points they've been man-to-man. Over here to start the second half, they are running a 2-3 zone. Another turnover off the inbound, and for three, Froby extends the Spartans' lead. Tarzanis trying to get out of their backcourt for the first time in the last minute or so. A big screen, but no foul called. Very good play, though, to try to slow down the Spartans' defense by the number 9. Picked out to the 0. Saavedra off target. Rebound by the 4. Putback won't go. And a foul on the rebound, I think, by the 32. Unfortunate for Tyson Leto.
Yeah, that quick 5 points by Froby puts him at 15, and he leads all scorers right now. And in walks the great AD, Larry Marfiz, who's one of the catalysts with his great Spartans athletics department. And earlier we saw the newly retired president of the University of Tampa, Dr. Ronald Vaughn. He was in attendance earlier.
Great to see them in the stands to cheer on Spartans basketball. And Dr. Vaughn has done so many great things for Tampa, to grow Tampa into such an elite institution on and off the court, on and off the field, in and out of the classrooms, as Tampa extends their lead with another three-point shot. Tampa on fire to start the half. They've already put 8 points on the board.
8 points in less than 2 minutes.
That is very good on offense as the double team forces a pass to the 77. He's got a mismatch, but a great contest by Froby. Can't stop the shot. That was an impressive mid-range look.
A bank three.
Froby fouled as he cut to the paint. It'll be called on the 77, who goes down hard.
Yeah, Froby is a gamer, man. He's going to do a lot of good things for the Spartans this season.
Certainly is. The graduate student from Lincoln, Illinois, previously at Missouri S&T. He's had a good start to his Spartans career. You see the Spartans' best 5, you could argue, at the moment on the floor. And again, you do wonder how that starting 5 will develop over the season, but you certainly can't complain with their performance. The shooting guard, the number 11 of Nimmers, with 11 points. He's also got an assist. Williams with 2 assists, a board, and 3 steals. We've also got Froby with 15 points leading the way. Lane trying to get his first basket, passes to Leto. And Leto's just offline as the rebound goes the way of Barea. Driving to the paint, almost stripped. Blocked by Leto, picked up by Williams. Fast break Spartans. Froby kicks it out to Lane. Won't go for the 3, cuts to the basket. Out to Froby. Offline from the corner, but Lane's gonna pick up the ball. Great job diving for it. Williams offline, and that'll be a foul on the play. So Tarzanis get it back, but now they have to deal with the Spartan press once again.
I don't know. I don't know if that's a gift.
Yeah, it could be the opposite at this stage. Out of the frying pan and into the fire when the Spartans have a chance to utilize their full court press. And their play to try to break up the press has not been working. Froby almost knocks it loose, but Mayaguez does bring it down the floor.
I'll tell you this, that was great flexibility by Cesar Barrios from Mayaguez. He did a split and came back up and was still dribbling.
A great play by Barrios ultimately sets up the three-point shot, but immediately back down the floor. The Spartans find the layup. They lead 75-44, and there was a full court pass almost intercepted, but an open layup missed by the 7 of Angel Zayas.
And that's just from the pressure. He knew the defense was coming, and he rushed his shot.
The rebound won't go for Tarzanis. Tampa gets an inbound from under the basket. But indeed, even when someone's open like that in the paint, he's got a Spartan behind him, force the quick shot. We'll see what Tampa can do on the inbound. Up to Williams. Offline. Tampa's a little cold from beyond the arc at the moment. Although Mayaguez will now have to work to avoid the Spartan press once again. For the game, Tampa still over 40% from beyond the arc. They're shooting 10 for 25 from 3. They've had 56 shots in the ballgame. They're making the most of their opportunities. And they're going to get another. Williams, after the steal by Froby, makes it 77-44. And Tampa all the way to down floor again. Everyone is in the backcourt for the Spartans and Tarzans. But now they're going to bring it up. Cutting to the paint. Excellent solo run by the three. Can't make the shot. Out to lane.
Yeah, Froby almost should get an assist for that last basket by Williams.
Leto misses the putback, but gets a second rebound on the play to make it 79-44. So Leto will get 14 rebounds and 16 points now for the game. He could go 20-20 if he keeps this pace. Finally, Tarzanis getting some action from beyond the arc. Their third three-pointer of the game. Williams to Leto, fouled. Will get 2 shots at the line.
And you're right on cue with that. He could have a 20-20 game. Very Tim Duncan-like.
Great play, though, by Leto to get inside, got the pass. Well, he didn't make the shot. He did draw the foul. But those are some quick attacks from the Spartans as well. They're bringing it down the floor. They're not afraid to try to send the ball down floor to someone cutting to the basket.
At all.
They did it at the start of the first half, and here at the start of the second half, too. 16:08 to play. Tampa's hit 80 points from the first free throw. And Leto now 18 in the ball game.
Yeah, right on cue with 6 for 6 from the free throw line. Great concentration and focus by Leto.
A 2-on-1 defense. Tampa gets enough players down in time. Open from the corner. Leto closing out. Got a tip on the shot. Rebound. I think that might have been blocked by Williams. Tampa's going to come up with the board. Lane waiting. And here come the Spartans bringing it back down the floor. And they'll make the foul on the play as Zayas has picked up a small injury, I think, on his ankle. He fell hard on the previous play. That's why his teammate did the foul, to allow him to get to the bench. It'll also be a timeout. Might be media, might be from Puerto Rico, might be from the Spartans. But either way, we'll take a timeout here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. 81-47, Spartans in front in the second half.
Brings it down the floor after the timeout. Now Williams going to reset play. Kicked out to Lane. He's going to be offline. He is still muted from the field.
Shots made. But he might get another chance in this possession. No, it'll be Nimmers. Oh, in and out for Marion. And Tampa's going to get a nice little turnover after the pass by Leto.
And another rebound by Leto on the offensive side.
Indeed. Tampa could have multiple 20-point scorers. Marion, Williams, Leto, all with 15 plus. To the basket, almost an and one for Froby. And he's also someone who could be getting 20 points there. Actually did get it wrong. Marion, for the moment, has 11 points from the field. Froby has 15. 2 free throws here would make it 17.
I don't see that showing as a rebound in the stats for Leto yet.
Not yet, it looks like. I believe that was the... Have to wait and see how they get that. Foul on Saavedra. I will note from their lineup, the number 9 of Carlos Barea has 4 fouls in the game.
Right.
He's got to be careful. And with Tampa getting aggressive every time they cut to the basket, that's not going to be easy. I think Tampa's also getting close to the bonus, too. 6 fouls already in the half. in just 5 minutes from the Tarzanis. There have also been 3 Spartan fouls at the moment. These teams playing high-pressure basketball, as it looks like Darner's side has also adopted his own. And a good job to pick it apart for the three-point shot. Out to the corner. Up to Williams. To Leto. Mid-range look. Got it. 20 points for Tyson Leto.
Nice looking shot by Leto. Nice looking shot.
84-50 for the Spartans. Bring it down the floor is the number 10 of Jose Torres. To the paint. Out to the corner. Well, not the corner, but the corner of the top of the three-point line. Rebound, put back, missed. And the 11 bring it down the floor. Froby cuts to the basket, passes out to the 6. Out to Nimmers, up top to Williams. Froby, back to Amarian. To the basket. No foul, no bucket, just missed it. Leto another board. Froby got it from distance. 3-point shot for Froby, up to 19 points in the game.
And 13 points away from 100, from the century mark.
Now the Tarzans doing a lot better from beyond the arc in the second half. They were 1 for 8 in the first half. In the second half, they are 4 for 7. Williams, nice move to the basket. Leto another board and a putback. Leto with 16 rebounds, 22 points.
Yeah, nice lefty bank shot.
Dominance inside the paint from our number 32. And with his dad in attendance, I'm sure he's absolutely ecstatic to see Leto performing as well as he is. Three-pointer won't go, and Leto gets yet another 17 rebounds.
Right, and speaking with his dad, I think last season, Leto didn't play much on his high school team, so this is just a testament to his hard work and development to now be a starter after not playing much in high school.
Yeah, more so than just a starter. He's been a key face of the Spartan side over the last few years as one of our key players in the paint. And for Coach Darner, you know, he gives him the trust of being the lone big man in this lineup, to give him the job of being in the paint, getting rebounds, defending a lot of the inside plays. And granted, Tampa's defense is stellar. They're doing a great job defending the perimeter, doing the full court press, but he's the only one who's at less of a height mismatch, and there are going to be times where he's going to be alone in the paint going up for the ball, but he's done a good job today. Alone, he's almost out-rebounded the entire Tarzan side with 17 rebounds compared to 18 in the game for the University of Puerto Rico Mayaguez.
Right now, Tyson Leto stands at 22 points on 8 of 11 shooting in 20 minutes. So he's over a point per minute in production.
It looks like Leto will be taking a quick breather, a well-earned breather, I should definitely say, as a new 5 is on the floor for the Spartans, as they were making some changes. In the game is Kyler Lamb, Ryan Blunt, DJ Schaefer, Cole Gingileski, and DeAndre Harvey. This 5-man unit has also been pretty solid today for the Spartans. Blunt has 7 points, 2 for 4 from the field. He's also come up with 4 rebounds. Now Tampa's actually giving Tarzanis a little bit of room, not as aggressive on the press. Mayaguez able to slow it down. And that's going to be knocked away by the Spartans. They'll get an inbound under the basket.
Yeah, they're just dropping back in a tough man.
So after 7 minutes of a lot of pressure from the starting 5, Tampa will slow things down with their new unit off the bench. But wonder if now the Tarzanis side can adopt to the pace of play change as they finally get a chance to run a more active offense without as much pressure and steal attempts. Ball loose again, 3-point shot, offline. Rebound picked up by Tarzanis from the corner, got it. Big 3-pointer from Torres. Now 6 for 18 from beyond the arc, steal, blocked. After losing the ball, Lamb comes up with a big block right there. Harvey keeps it in play to Schaefer to Blunt. And it's a mid-range shot for Blunt.
Squeezed it through the rim.
Pretty easy look as he had some space in the paint. Harvey, the number 10 on the number 10 of Torres. Ball moving around. Out to Zayas. Good to see him back on the floor after landing awkwardly earlier and picking up, I think, a slight ankle injury. Ravel, foul on the play. It'll go under the basket. 5th foul of the half for the Spartans.
93 points with 12:09 left to play.
That's impressive.
Yes, my thing isn't if they're going to score 100, it's how much. Over 100 they score now.
Tampa's had their handful of 100-point games. I think they've only done it once against Tarzanis throughout their 7 matches played against them. This would be, I believe, the 2nd time they do it. Out to the corner. Zayas, not enough room for the shot. Lamb was closing down. And another foul on the play. 6 fouls for both teams now. 20 seconds on the shot clock for the inbound.
One thing I will give this Mayaguez team their respect. They're not quitting.
It certainly aren't, as we're about to have a timeout, immediate timeout, not one from either team. They've improved, actually, I think, in a lot of facets of their play throughout the second half. Granted, the deficit is still very much in favor of the Spartans and growing, but they've done a lot better from beyond the arc, and those are going to be crucial points and confidence builders as they continue. And, of course, they're going to be back here on Friday for another chance to face the Spartans.
Right.
We'll be back in about a minute's time when we come back from the timeout. Big lead for the Spartans here in the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. So 11:51 to play. Mayaguez will begin play with an inbound. And that is going to be knocked away. Turnover. Blunt wins back possession for the Spartans. And actually, is that the bonus? Are they going to get a chance at the line? No, they aren't. But Tampa will be in the bonus on the next foul.
Right. The hustle by Blunt caused that turnover on the screen attempt.
Lamb fakes the shot, cuts to the basket, out to the corner. Offline. Rebound not picked up by Gingileski, but instead by Harvey. Great vertical by the 6'1 guard to steal it from his 7-foot teammate. Now for three. Offline. Harvey's going to pick up the board again as it was tipped away. They'll find Lamb. Got it. Nice assist for Harvey. Even better shot by the forward. 40-point Spartans lead. Tarzanis bring it back down the floor. But great hustle in that play by Harvey. Now poked free. Harvey almost gets it back, although it stays with Barrios and Tarzanis. Good poke by Schaefer. Shots offline. Rebound picked up by Blunt. Blunt holds on to the ball. And that's going to be a foul on Tarzanis as Blunt actually did finish the layup as he kept moving to the paint.
Yes, he did. I'll tell you this Spartans team, they compete. They compete on all levels of the court, in all phases of the game. They compete. If I have to just pick one word for them, it's just competitive.
And even up by a pretty comfortable points margin, showing no signs of slowing down. Gingileski with a lot of pressure in the paint. They do call the foul on the play. Good job to draw it by the Tarzanis player. He falls hard and stays on the ground. Hopefully he's all right. That's once again, I think, just the height for Gingileski and his physical presence in the paint Wasn't like he was doing any aggressive motions to try to block that, but the attacker's momentum just ultimately leads to the foul and just a rough landing on the hardwood.
Yeah, it was quite a thump when he fell.
Good to see him back up. Jose Torres will get 2 chances at the line. Applause across the Bob Martinez Center. Torres has 9 points in the game.
I think he has to leave the game.
Actually, it does look like he will for now, so someone new will be taking the free throws. It'll be the 21 of Candelario. Or, no, he's coming back onto the game. A little bit of confusion, I think, with the substitution at the moment. So indeed, it'll be Candelario for the free throws. Good news for the Tarzanis. This will likely end their scoring drought, which has lasted for 2 minutes.
Yeah, I know for Jose Torres, you know, you sacrifice your body, you draw the foul, you take the hit, but somebody else is shooting the free throws for you. He wanted those points.
Yeah, it's got to be painful for the player, but you know, it's a good sign when your player wants to get those points. It means that whatever he's dealing with in terms of the injury isn't too serious. I bet we'll see him back in the game. Ball stays with Tarzanis. Tampa couldn't come up with the rebound. But both free throws were missed, so we're still 96-56. And that'll lead to a Puerto Rico Mayaguez timeout with 10:40 to go in the game. Tampa 4 points away from triple digits. We'll be right back.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
So we'll resume with an inbound from the University of Puerto Rico. Mayaguez coming up. Tampa leading 96-56. Dominance here from the Spartans. Interesting note, DeCarlo, both teams are also now in the bonus with over 10 minutes to play. They have been very intense on the floor. They've drawn a lot of contact. There's been a lot of fouls and also a lot of free throws. Both teams have taken 21 free throws in the game.
Yeah, I will say this, Taylor. The Spartans, despite the big lead, they haven't dropped their intensity. And Mayaguez, despite the large deficit, they haven't quit trying to play hard.
And both teams have plenty of energy. Not showing any signs of slowing down. But that three-pointer's offline. Big rebound by Lamb, who finds Schaefer with an impressive layup. In a game with so many fouls, a little surprising to see that him drawing the contact didn't get a whistle, but he does get 2 points. And in the game, Schaefer's now up to 4. The drought continues for Tarzanis. Spartans close to triple digits. Gingileski on the 21. Now for 3. Contested by Gingileski. Rebound again by Lamb. That is the 4th of the game. Into the paint for Gingileski, out to the corner. And just stepped out of bounds as he picked up the pass. Unfortunate for Blunt, who was just on the edge of the inbounds line and didn't realize his foot was a little too far behind.
I couldn't see it from here. It's easy for us to say he didn't look out of bounds, but we weren't close enough.
Yeah. The referees on the far side of the court were closer, and you didn't see any complaints from the bench either. We have a very good view of how close he was. Tarzanis with some good ball movement, trying to open a shot. Tampa looks to have set up a 2-3 zone, or sort of a hybrid zone, as Schaefer gets the steal. 3-on-1 on the break. And that layup gets the Spartans to 100. Jackson Toney on the board. Tony hasn't been super active today for the Spartans, but does get the layup. Trying to double up to 0. Saavedra, shot won't go. Gingileski with the rebound, and it's picked up by Schaefer. Schaefer bringing it down. That was out to Johnson, who sends it back to Schaefer. Out to Blunt. He's inbounds this time, and in the net is his shot. 3-point shot for Blunt. He's at 12 in the ballgame. Another Spartan with double-digit points. Foul on the play, I think, by Schaefer, playing close to Saavedra. And it will be free throws coming up for Mayaguez.
Yeah, some feet got tangled up. Definitely incidental contact, but nevertheless, the foul was called.
Yeah, and you know what they say, you can't argue with City Hall when a play like that is made.
No.
Now Isaiah Young and Grady Schwartz onto the floor. Schwartz, a freshman from Jacksonville. Young, a senior from Chicago. One of the 4 Illinois players on the Spartans roster. The only player from the Spartans' second unit in the half still in the game is Blunt, who is a freshman from Oviedo, Florida. That's going to be made, so the first free throw is good, and the scoring drought of 3 minutes and 43 seconds comes to a close. It's now Saavedra. Another free throw coming up. He is now 10 points in the game. And make it 11, as it's now 103-58. Tampa with a quick inbound to Isaiah Young. Schwartz passed over to Blunt. Young looking for some room. Won't go with the man rolling to the basket. Blunt with a spin. Nice shot from the free throw line. Good stuff from Blunt, making his next 2 field goals after the turnover. And that was a really nice spin on the play to Carlo. He picked it up, rolled back to the free throw line, and with the space, he's able to make the mid-range shot, as there weren't too many passes open for Tarzanis, as they'll send it to Gonzalez. Cuts to the paint, contested, rebound Young. Spartans have 2 players on the break. Pass to Blunt, and that's another make for the Spartans, 107-58. Tampa relentless on offense. For 3, offline, another Spartan rebound, this time by Johnson. Johnson out to Young, out to Blunt, he'll go again. Blunt is heating up. 8 points in the last minute. 10 points in the last minute.
He almost has 20 off the bench.
Yeah, he's at 19 in the game. He's 3 behind Tyson Leto. And the Spartans get it back off the turnover. Timeout. No, not a timeout. Yes, timeout. Media timeout. And Tampa not showing any signs of slowing down. They've made all 6 of their last field goals. They are on fire with 7:25 to go. We'll be right back. Tampa's offense on fire as we continue. Played out to Schwartz, over to Tony, over to Johnson, looks for the 3, won't get it. Young to the paint. Schwartz sends it back out to Young, out to Tony. Tony driving inside to Schwartz, puts it up offline, but he'll draw the foul to get 2 shots at the stripe. 7:01 to go in the game, but Tampa's offense is doing just so good so far.
Schwartz at the line looking to add to the 110 points already scored by the Tampa Spartans.
Yeah,
impressive night.
They are not slowing down in the slightest, as the first free throw is made to make it 111. The last time the Spartans scored more than 110 in a game was all the way back in the 2017-18 season. Actually, was it? I can't tell. Either way, it's going to be Tarzanis bring it back down the floor. The last time they had scored 100 was against Francis Marion last year, and before that against Barry in 2022. As that'll be an and one on the make for Tarzanis to make it 111-60. But what a night for the Spartans offense. They have just been playing at another level today. Johnson brings it down over to Young. Out to Harvey, who's back in the game. Out to the corner, Johnson. Back to Harvey. Harvey with the screen, rolls to the basket. Looking for a teammate out wide. Tony's three won't go. Rebound by Tarzanis. 6 minutes to go in the game. Tampa's perfect field goal run comes to a close. Three-pointer, offline. Rebound by the number 1. Contested putback, Young on the board. Over to Johnson. Harvey, pump fake, back to Johnson. Out to Young. Drives to the basket. Out to Johnson. Got the three-pointer. Big shot by the senior from Tampa, Florida.
Yeah, I came to a practice, man. I seen Tyler Johnson hit about 15 or 16 threes in a row. From I think it was the right corner or the right wing. I can't remember which spot, but him hitting a three is no surprise.
Now Schwartz picks it up in the paint after the steal by Harvey. Schwartz with the layup, and Tampa stays in front. A massive lead for the Spartans. And I think it will be the number 6 of Kyler Lamb ready to re-enter the game. As Tampa once again making a few changes. I assume this is the last we'll see of Leto in the course starters this late, as a big mid-range shot is made by Maldonado. Last time Maldonado did a good job. Ball goes out of play, and Tarzanis will get it right back. Maldonado had 20 points, actually no, 16 points against Albany. He's been held to 4 today, as we had a duck for cover on that play previously.
Yeah, this Spartans team just too deep, too talented, too good for University of Puerto Rico, Mayaguez. It's almost like they may need Tarzan on the court with them.
They certainly might. Maybe you need to give the Tarzanis side an extra man to try to make up for how the Spartans' defense has felt. I mean, you've said the Spartans feel like they're playing with 6 players.
Right.
Wonder if they'd still be able to cover them as cleanly if they did have 6 players on the floor. But still, again, they've put on a good fight on defense. I think the overall field goal percentage has just continued to struggle as Tampa's defense still super tight. They are forcing a couple of loose balls, though, in the recent possessions. Johnson to Young. Young drives to the paint, kicks it out to the 0 of Schwartz, out to the corner. Again, he cannot be stopped. Zach Johnson. He is up to a whopping 19 points in the game, I think. No, wait, sorry, it's 9 points in the game. I'm getting confused in terms of the points so far. We have so many people scoring, it's hard to tell. Tarzanis for 3, great contest by Schwartz, no foul. And it'll stay with the Spartans. Barrios wanted the foul call, he didn't get it. And now it'll be Young bringing it down the floor.
I think the referees may want to keep this clock running so they can go home.
Yeah, and a scoreline like this, it's safe to say that the Spartans will go 4-0 unless we see maybe the greatest comeback in the history of basketball at all levels, 50 points in 4 minutes time. It's not impossible. You just got to hit, I think, 15 threes in a row.
Bro.
But it is highly improbable, even if the Tarzanis have been a lot better from beyond the arc in the second half.
You could have the 92 Dream Team on the court right now. They're not coming back against the Spartans tonight.
I think you need 5 Steph Currys to make the amount of threes you need, although they'll get on the board again,
this
64.
lead, you could give the Dream Team 10 minutes. They're still not coming back.
Three-pointer missed by Johnson. Tony on the board. Schwartz with a putback. Foul. He'll get to the line. And he'll take 2 free throws. But good stuff from Schwartz so far, as there also will be a media timeout here. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the final timeout, unless there's one more. Always hard to tell how many media timeouts there will be. We'll take a quick breather, though. We've got 2 free throws coming up for Grady Schwartz. 119 points for the Spartans on the day. It is the most the Spartans have had in the 21st century. They've had 3 games in program history where they've scored more than 120 points. They did it against Stetson in 1968. They did 128 against Edward Waters in December 1992. And in that same season, 128 against Alabama Huntsville in 1991. Well, actually, it was the year before, 1991.
Those are 2 of my seasons.
Those are fond memories. And now looking at 30 years down the road, Tampa once again at 121 points, the 3rd most scored in Spartans history.
I want to see it get broken. I want to see 129 or 130.
Your record in danger at the moment as Tarzanis not on the board. Rebound by Johnson. And they've got 3 minutes, 30 seconds for 7 points. And Tampa, no signs of slowing down. Schwartz to the paint. That's good. 5 points away from tying the all-time record. And now it's not the all-time Sunshine State Conference record. I'd have to Google that. And I know as a Spartans unit, we've unfortunately have conceded a couple 130-point games.
Right.
One of them was against Nova Southeastern one year. The Sharks, they're a very good basketball team. Spartans turnover, that's 4 back-to-back points for Tarzanis. They're up to 69 in the game. Mayaguez not slowing down, still putting pressure on the Spartans. Schwartz from the corner, he's getting doubled. Kicks it up top, out to Tony for 3. Won't go, Schwartz knocks the ball out of bounds off the rebound, it'll go the other way. You know, it's a pretty lopsided score, DeCarlo, but both teams still playing like it's a close game. They're not giving in. They're keeping a lot of the pressure on the floor. I mean, you know, for Tarzanis, that was a very good full-court press to force the turnover to get back-to-back points. The 9th turnover of the game for the Spartans. Conversely, they have forced 18 from Tarzanis. 3 won't go. Rebound picked up by Schwartz as it bounced off Tony. Pass to Tony won't go, but it tipped off the floor. It'll stay with Tampa. No, it didn't tip off the floor. It'll go back to Tarzanis.
UT, they're trying to cut their chances short of breaking this record. I want to see it done.
Tampa running a little low on time. I'll tell you that this Link Darner side definitely doesn't know how close they are to the record.
Yeah, protect that ball. You know, I complimented them on their ball protection earlier. Now they're just up to their 10th turnover for the game.
A little costly, although we'll see if they can get it back soon. Mayaguez keeping a pretty fast pace of play. They'd like to score some more points before the final whistle blows. They're looking for an open look for three. Won't go as the shot clock was getting close to expiring. Tony gets the rebound for the game. It's the 54th Spartan rebound and a layup by Ian Higdon. 125 points for the Spartans.
3 away from tying, 4 away from breaking.
Kicked out wide again. The number 3 won't go. That's going to be a foul and will be, I think, 2 free throws coming up for Tony, unless it was a foul on Tony, and actually it's the latter. There will be 2 free throws, well, 1 at the line actually, for the Tarzans. I think they still have 1 and 1 until the next foul is committed, because that was the 10th of the half for the Spartans. 1:49 to go in the game. They make it. They've hit 70 points. That's more than they scored against Albany. The leading scorer for the Tarzanis in the game is Barrios with, Barrios with 12. We have some of the names wrong on Stat Broadcast, unfortunately. We apologize. Although 2 more points were scored by the number 10, Jose Torres. Torres gets 11 in the game now as he will take a breather. Tampa sending it up the floor. In the game as well as Higdon, who was on the game a few minutes ago. To see if he can get on the board again. Shot offline, rebound picked up by the 21. Tampa hitting 55% of their field goals. It's now down to 54 after the miss, but 46 for 85 from the field. Those are impressive numbers, and it's impressive to just be able to get that many shots up, as now Saavedra, looking for a teammate, will find the 21 for 3. Got it. Nice shot. The deficit could get cut under 50. Stolen, but it's out of bounds, so it'll stay with the Spartans.
Wow. They only got 109 to try to get 3 points now.
Time is of the essence. Should note that Tampa, they've got all their players up the court. You know, they're trying to bring it up quickly, but Tarzan is trying to slow them down with a press. It's worked sometimes, won't work all the time. Tony can't find the pass. He now will find it to Young. Young out to Tony. Tony sends it over. Schwartz. Tampa can slow down the attack now. 1 minute remaining. Mid-range shot by Tony offline. Tarzanis sends it back down the floor.
Man, I was hoping that went in for the young man.
Yeah. They'll bring it up top, another 3-pointer. It's not good. Tampa brings it down, 8 seconds, separate the shot and game clock. Kicked out to Johnson, to the paint, and they're 1 point away from tying it up. Although I do imagine if the Spartans get it back, they'll probably just let the clock expire, as now with under 27 seconds left, their next possession, they won't have a shot clock to worry about. The shot clock will be the game clock. And it is kicked by the Spartans, even though that layup would have been good. Tarzanis can get another inbound, and with 19 seconds left, there is no more shot clock. It would have reset to 20, so why bother? Played over to the number 4. I think the Tarzanis will go for one more look. Mid-range shot offline, picked up by Johnson, and Young will slow it down with 10 seconds to go.
Got to get it over the timeline.
Yep. And with that,
so close.
So close. So far. DeCarlo, your record stands for another game. A big win for the Spartans, and that's what it meant. They didn't know they were playing for the record.
Right.
They're just able to be satisfied with win number 4 at a pretty comfortable 127-74 scoreline. Pretty cool statistic for the Tarzanis. They scored 37 points in the first and second halves. Dominant win for Tampa. They are now 4-0 on the season. A dominant game for the Spartans. They were 47 for 87 from the field. They had 19 turnovers forced, 13 steals, and 6 blocks. For the Spartans, they had a lot of big contributors on offense. Blunt, 19 points. Williams, 16 points. Froby, 19 points. They also had Nimmers with 11 points for double digits. But the player of the game, Tyson Leto with an incredible performance. And Tyson, thank you for joining us for the post-game interview, and 4-0 start to the season for the Spartans. I mean, that's got to feel good after having an end of season that probably left the team wanted to make a comeback in 2024-25.
Yeah, definitely great to have this great start. I'm excited with what we got right now. We're really looking to buying into the system and really just understanding our role a little bit better, so I'm excited.
Now, one thing I think that what we've seen this year from this team is just an increase of intensity on the defensive end. How have some of the changes, how have some of the new players that have joined the Spartans been able to sort of build that new team identity of playing hard from the first whistle to the final whistle?
I think it's the same thing. I think we really bought into what Coach Darnold's been preaching to us. Just trying to understand each other better, build a better bond, make sure we're all playing together first. And then our best thing is getting out and running. We love to run. We love to run up the score as much as possible and then build on each other.
Certainly did so today. 2 60-point halves and 1 point away from the all-time record for Spartans basketball. DeCarlo was hoping that you would break it for 128 points, but Tony was trying, just missed a couple of shots at the end. But does a win like this give the team a lot of momentum, not just able to win, but win by a pretty comfortable scoreline?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely does. We're trying to build something here, build something special. I mean, if we look up on the board, we say 2001, 2002 is the last time we won something. So we're trying to change something, change the culture here, bring a lot of fans in, and just build a program that can last for a long time.
Yeah, and I know my colleague Jack Ike, he's in Cancun enjoying his vacation, and if he was watching, he certainly was enjoying the game and your performance. Do you have any messages for the fans sort of leading into the upcoming weekend of Thanksgiving basketball and for the season yet to come?
Just come out and support. We're doing something special here. We're excited to have you guys. We're excited to build a different culture here. And just trying to win and trying to compete and dominate as much as possible.
4 wins so far, and I think that's 4 20-point victories as well. But a dominant performance today, and of course, 22-17. Impressive night, Tyson. And you were able to take a breather for much of the second half. Were you hoping you'd get a chance at like 30? Or are you satisfied at 22-17?
No, I'm satisfied. I love watching my teammates play. I'm excited. I'm cheering them on as much as possible. We still have 2 games this week, so just trying to be comfortable and try to get some more wins.
Perfect. And thanks again for joining us, Tyson. Congrats on the win, and we'll see you on Friday for more Thanksgiving basketball.
Thank you so much.
So thanks for everyone to join us on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. A big Spartans win, almost breaking the all-time Spartan record, 1 point short, but still 127 points to DeCarlo for the first time in this century, in this millennia. Tampa have broken the 120-point barrier. That's pretty cool.
That's great, man, and all I can say to that is gobble, gobble.
So thank you, everyone, for watching on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. If you're going to be tuning in for men's basketball later this week, we'll see you after Thanksgiving. Hopefully the turkey is very delicious this year, but we hope you join us tomorrow.